Yeah, um, I'm Bishop Eric Ngwere for Blessed King's Assemblies, the chairman of Hope and Destiny to Generations. That's a non-profit. Na kiongozi pia. Na it's necessary, and I'm thankful for the chance and this opportunity to say something about the state of our nation, understanding that we are all Kenyan and we are all Kenyans, understanding that we need a better Kenya tomorrow. So we need to understand by history and also by experience. But it's necessary to mention that our nation or our country has a supreme book by the name Constitution. The 2010 Constitution should be followed to the letter, understanding very well that we don't have a banana republic. Kenya is a very respected nation, not only in Africa, but internationally. It's a hub for business, for good governance, and also for people to understand how democracy works. But there's a problem with what is happening at the moment. We are hardly 8 months after elections. We are back again to mayhem, to looting, demonstrations, every manner of unrest. I have something to say because I, as a man of God, as a business person, as a family man, as somebody who would want to have a great future together with my people, Kenyans, let us think and think beyond ourselves. Yes, we have our interest to protect, but we also have the interest of Mwananchi and the children and the women and the people that are vulnerable. Why do we have to sacrifice our nation, whereas we have people that cannot even defend themselves? We understand very well the cost of living is high, but inflation is everywhere in the world after Corona. This is an aftermath. We cannot use inflation to seek for opening of the servers. Let us be real on the ground. Let us be real as to why we are having these demonstrations. What I can say is that all the leaders, they have a role to play, beginning with the church. Because we, the church, are the people that usually advise the politicians. Yes, some of us may be in politics, but we have to be very sober for the benefit of these people. There is something I want to challenge my fellow pastors. When we hear about fire, when we hear about demonstrations, when we hear about looting, it doesn't affect people from Mars or from another country. It affects the members of our church. So anybody would want to say that the church should be silent over politics. That is a very misinformed person. Reason? We have the people on Monday and we have them on Sunday. But on Monday, they are working to get their livelihoods. So we as pastors, we should not value people on Sundays when they are tithing and when they are giving, and on Monday when they are passing through hell, we are not there for them. I will defend them, we will defend them, we will speak on their behalf, because politics does not only affect the church, it affects all the people. These are the children that we dedicate. These are the business people that we dedicate their businesses, and also they are the people that help the nation with the tax. I am asking these people that are doing all this kind of, expression. Yes, we have the Constitution. We have what we call the freedom of expression, the freedom of association, but let there be what we call decorum, for us to be people who have got a better nation tomorrow. Don't raise any hand against any person's business. We have seen the looting in Kisumu. We have seen the looting in Nairobi. We have seen the looting everywhere. We have seen a church having been burnt. We have seen a mosque which has been set on ablaze. We have seen the Nubians having issues. My question is this: where are we headed? we as a nation, where are we headed? My thought and my advice is that this nation has to be dedicated to understanding where we can meet together and talk. When I say that we need to talk, I don't mean that we should be having two-tier governance. Not really. But we'll have to ask, if these people that are saying that they're in opposition, they have their manifesto, why don't they come with their manifesto? They give the government so that we can include the manifesto in the governance of KK government. That's one thing. But we should not encourage them to come and say they want to get into the government, because we have a history to remember. Anybody who does not have history does not have a today to prepare for the future. Why? When you forget where you're coming from, you will not be able to locate where you are so that you can know where you're going. When we combined the opposition last time, the government went into paralysis. Reason, the opposition is there to advise on how the government can be kept on toes and cross-checked on every endeavor that it's carrying out. But if we come and say we want to get into the government, it won't work. Why? We shall have killed democracy. The other thing, let's ask ourselves, why are these people complaining? Is there any remedy we can have? It will help each and everyone to understand what can be done. I also put across something that should be understood, that some words that we may throw and tantrums that we may throw when we're on the dais, they may cost peace and bring agitation in some people. They may feel belittled, demeaned, and also they may feel like they are not okay to be Kenyans. Let us not ignite fire. Let us not cause mayhem. Let us protect our nation. What I would say and what I mean is that, what I say and what I mean is that let us use our tongue as leaders, not as politicians only. Because politics cannot leave good legacy if at all they are not clothed in leadership. The baseline of every politics for the nation to go ahead well is what we call leadership. Because in leadership, we shall get what we need to have. I encourage each and every Kenyan, let us not throw in the towel. Let us not lose hope. Let us not say that we cannot talk. I am saying this. Let there be no conditions at the moment. We believe that it is the highest time we ask our brothers in the opposition, what do you want? What is able, what is manageable should be done. What is not manageable, you just say it is not possible. The other thing I would request is this. If at all we have the constitution, let us not be doctoring our constitution after every election so that we can accommodate people who have not managed to win. There is something that is being, propelled as a narrative that the servers have to be opened. Kindly understand this. The president has no power to open the servers. The server can only be opened through the IEBC. IEBC is a very independent body. It is not in the presidency, neither in the judiciary, neither in the legislature. What should be done is that we should have sobriety when we address issues. I also don't understand why we are combining unga and server. Why are they being read in the same sentence, even if it's good? I don't understand how they are relating. If at all there should be that kind of narrative which should be brought about the server, one, there were signatures from the AU who are there as the international observers. There are signatures from the European and other people who came and signed that it was free and fair. So we have to ask ourselves, we have also the local who have signed everything before Chebukati gave out the certificate. Why don't we use the legal or the orthodox way of solving the issue? We should not incite people about the server, yet they are not the people who signed the papers to show the legitimacy of the governance. I also would want to say, with no iota of fear, there should be what we call dialogue. But these people who are in opposition must first of all, should first of all, let me say, correct myself, should first of all acknowledge the legitimacy of the current governance. That is one way to heal. Accept there is a president, accept there is a deputy president, accept everything. Then come with a friendly heart, not with ultimatums. Because ultimatums will raise eyebrows. They will bring more kind of questions. What do these people want to hear or to say? The other thing is this. We people in the governance, let us be very careful with the way we are putting our wording to people. Yes, I know some fought for the liberation of the nation and everyone. But we should understand the past is gone. Those are bygones. Where we are, all of us are Kenyans. And nobody is senior than the other in matters of citizenship. Either in opposition or also in the government. We have to know that everybody, whether it was in Mau Mau or not in Mau Mau, whether they fought from the lake or they fought from the Pwani or everywhere, we are all Kenyans. That way we shall come up with a blend of mindset that will acknowledge the legitimacy of the governance, the legitimacy of the opposition, and also people will understand there is a better future tomorrow. Let us not just thump. Nobody knows tomorrow. Power is temporary. Let us not have revenge and vengeance. Why? We are healing from a lot of many things. And let us not ignite the fire that will set the flag of Kenya ablaze. And this nation might happen to go up in smoke. What shall we benefit? How will you lead if at all we are in a quagmire that will cost people's lives? Some children are not going to school at the moment. And I know we might underrate some things, but they might happen to come in full force. I don't support anyone, but I support peace. How do I support peace? By saying everybody is important. But we cannot start thinking of having a second tier in governance, yet the people that are there, they are saying that the cost of living is very, very high. I will encourage the president and the leadership of KK government that we have the best government if at all we carry ourselves very well. Wisdom can only come from God to govern these people, because we all need to feel that we are part and parcel of this government. Like Solomon, I pray that we shall have wisdom. Jesus said very well, be as wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. But that does not mean now we will take the government for granted. We have the commander-in-chief of the defense forces. He must be respected. Na mimi nasema na vijana pia, wala vijana ambao wako na mbunge zao za kutusi rais za kutusi deputy rais wa rais, nitauliza hivi, what shall you benefit ukitana mbwa? Utabenefit na nini ukiongea maneno machafu kinyume na serikali na yule mtu ambaye ni mkubwa? Can't we have decorum, behavior, and understand we are building ourselves for the best of our people tomorrow? Let us refrain from that kind of freedom. Freedom of expression does not mean that we should be having freedom towards foolishness. Let us have a nation with wisdom, with understanding, knowing that we have a future. I would say, as I wind up my people, let us know, we as the people of the church, we as the religious leaders, we have a role to play. We have a role to play. Let us ask ourselves, what should we do to accommodate everyone in the government? Na wale wahubiri ambao wanaunga wengine mkono kusema ya kwamba kura ziliibiwa, sijui mlikuwa wapi, sijui mnaelewangwa mambo namna gani. Ni muhimu sana tuweze kuona ya kwamba to acknowledge the government and also we see how the government will work for us. I pray that God will give us peace, understanding, decorum, and also good time to work together and work together as Kenyans. God bless Kenya and God bless Kenyans. I love you. I'm Bishop Eric Munene Ngwere. I love you.
Bishop, before you go, there are a few questions from our viewers.
Yeah.
And one person is asking, what is your take? We have seen protesters lighting flames. We have seen vandalizing of supermarkets and businesses. And some say that it is a revenge towards the previous oppressive government. Some say it's a way of making the government listen to them. What would be your take?
As I have said before, let's be serious and let's be honest. You can't revenge about the previous governance by causing pain to your neighbor. That would be like you are a wizard. If somebody has taken some loan, they have pumped it into their shop, and you vandalize that shop, you are doing the worst thing. The other thing is this. My take on that is, let us take those people that are vandalizing other people's businesses na waingizwe ndani, because nobody is above the law. I encourage the government, wacha mtu asiharibiwe kazi yake na watu ambao hawana kazi. Maana kuna wale ambao unakuta watu wako kwa, mnaambiwa ni holiday, lakini wale wanasema tuko kwa holiday, biashara zao zimefungiwa, watu wanafanya kazi huko. Lakini wale ambao wako holiday sasa wanaenda kuchukua za wale watu ambao ni mwananchi mdogo. There is no space for such kind of hooliganism and also goonism. Let them be taken as culprits, wafungwe na waweze kupatiwa fine mzuri ili waweze kuheshimu mali ya watu. I think that is the best way.
Another question, Bishop.
Sure.
Samuel Ochompa is
Yes,
asking,
Ochompa.
why would your opinion count and the church is the one that has brought Kenyans to where we are now?
The church has not brought Kenyans to where we are. There's one thing that people have to understand, that the people in the church are the people who vote. You can't separate them unless if you are blind or you have you don't understand. So saying that the church has brought us so far is that you have to understand there is no unga for Christians and unga for people who do not go to church. The other thing, even pastors, they have got their vote cards. So don't underrate the clergy on matters of opinions to govern the nation. So what I can say is this: let every pastor be informed. Use the law, because we have a nation which has got the rule of law. The other thing, the constitution is supreme over every matter in our nation. So there is no way you can say that we as the clergy or the church, we have brought down the nation. Nyinyi washirika si ndio mnakujaga Sunday na Monday mko na biashara. Wasa wewe biashara yako kama umetoka church Sunday umetoa fungu la 10 na pia umefanya kila kitu na umeshukuru Mungu, utaenda kuangalia kweli pale biashara yako ikiwa kwamba inakuwa affected na inflation na mambo yale mengine. I believe it is the highest time pia tujue kanisa inafaa kuwa ndani ya siasa. Kabisa kabisa. Maana hao watu mnaona wakipigiwa na tear gas na biashara zikibomolewa, ndio hao matumishi wetu wa kanisa na viongozi wa kwaya.
Thank you, Bishop. Today we beg to close at that. Thank you, our viewer. We wish you a lovely day.
Thank you too.